Hi, I'm here just to give you an update on the Hebrew reading class and some revision for you. Of course, you've already got the first video, which outlines the sounds that all the 22 holy letters of the Hebrew alphabet make, and I want you to bear that in mind. That is step one. You can't really move forward if you don't know the sounds that each of those 22 letters make. So I want you to keep revising it, and you can go to the card number 2B, and it's got a list of all the names of all the letters that you have, Aleph, Bet, Vet, Gimel, etc., all the way across. And these are obviously going to be going to give you a big helping hand in how to pronounce the letters, because each name starts off with the sound that letter makes. So Mem is the M sound. Tzadik is the Ts sound. That Tzadik is over there. Okay, so I want you to keep revising those and the sounds that they make, especially the second half. It was all gung-ho the first week, and you were able to pick that up quite. The second week, there's some new letters, some complicated letters like the Pei and the Fei, and the Tuf and the Tsav, which make the T sound, or the Shin and the Sin. So I want you to keep revising those, please. That's the first little message. Thank you so much. Now, once you've got those letters down, Pat, then we introduced last week to the concept of vowels. The vowels give them the sound. So we looked at this one, the Kamatz, and let's say, for example, here you have a letter Mem, right? You see that Mem, the mountainous letter. It's a mountain with a flat base. So that mountainous letter and the Mem, and the Kamatz goes under it and makes Ma, right? That makes an R sound, that makes M sound, together Ma. Okay, so that's really easy. The Kamatz gives that sound, and then you start to work on longer letters like Ma Yim or Ma Nishtana, like we say in the Haggadah. Now, here's a couple of words that we looked at on card 32B, and we saw Ach, which means brother, or Dug, which means fish, and so on. Or on the other side there, you've got some three-letter words, all with that R sound from the Kamatz. Kamatz, Aleph, R, and there you've got some words, Marak, Adam, Shana. Okay, so I want you to practice the Kamatz and that R sound and putting it under all of the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet, and see if you can get them to make that sound like the Kamatz under the Kuf, Ka, and so on. So please do practice that, and that will be one level of practice that you can do. A second level of practice is to look at the Patach, and why this is so easy is because it makes the exact same sound in the Sephardi pronunciation, also the R sound. So as you go through each of the alphabet, you just go A, Ba, Va, Ga, Da. It's exactly the same again. And then when you get to some longer words, you'll see that one over there is Pachad. Pachad, which means fear. And on the other side, we've got mixtures of Kometzes and Patachs, but they're all making the same vowel sound. So you just got to make sure you got the letter right. That's a Shin. Shama, which means heard or listened. Sa-ba, which means grandfather. It's quite easy because both the first two vowels make an identical sound in the Sephardic pronunciation. We'll look at that in a little bit more detail at the end if there is any subtle difference, but for the time being, for your knowledge, that is an identical sound, and once you put it under the word, under the letters, you have a word and you're reading fluent Hebrew. Ba-a, Abba, which means father. Achal, which means ate or eat. So it's really quite easy. The third vowel was a new sound, and we called it a tseirei. So again, in its title, you hear its sound. A, like shades. So here you've got all the alphabet with those, the tseirei underneath it. A, Be, Ve, Ge, De, Hey, Ve, Ze. So this is your third vowel. It's a lovely little tseirei, and we actually showed it. Look, when you put some lines on it, actually looks like a pair of shades. So it's really easy to read Hebrew words with that, like Zaytei, Eitz, Sheish, Aish meaning fire. And now if we mix it with the other two vowels that we know, it's really quite easy. Amei, Galei, Aye, Matei. So you just follow the vowels, follow the bouncing ball. It's not very difficult if you practice, and practice does indeed make perfect. Now I'm going to introduce you to a new vowel, only if you're comfortable. Don't do this if you're not comfortable with it, but just something new to learn in the lead up to the next class is a segol. A segol is like an sound. You see that? Segol is like 3 eggs. So there's 3 dots, look like 3 eggs. That's the segol, giving an sound. So we've got the patach and the kamatz making a. You've got the tsare making a. And now you've got the sound. The segol making the sound. So aleph, bet, vet, you just go be, ve, ge, de, he. And now put them into words. Et, ben, shell, red, like Red Simons, right? And then here you got mixtures now with the other vowels that you've learned already. Pesach, echad. Can't read that because it's in mirror image for some reason. Kemach, atem, right? So it's really quite simple. Once you know the vowel, once you know all the sounds that the letters make, you put those two together and you're reading Hebrew fluently. Well, soon. Pesach is, of course, the festival that we have upcoming, and I've got to turn my attention to that. So, if I take a tet and I put a segol underneath it, what is that doing? What is that making? It's making te, right? But if I put a patach under it, it would make ta. So ta for listening, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Remember, we're off this Sunday, so we continue next Sunday, which is, what date is that? The 26th. We also have an SGM on that day, so you can stay for that as well. Have a lovely weekend. Thanks so much for viewing this video. Be well.